Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps, and we are playing the Shapes 2 demo. After our last episode, we actually finished the demo. So it's confession time here. I kind of messed up. I decided, I'm going to hop back in. I'm going to play a couple more, do a couple more shapes, do some digging around, see what's going on. But I'm not going to save anything. And so I played a bit, played for a while, and then I did Alt F4, right? Well, that didn't work. So everything I built actually survived and stayed. And unfortunately, the shapes that I built through are now gone. It's not a huge deal though. There were some. It was just. I think it was just a one of the simpler shapes actually. So I think that. So what I've done is I've come in and I've deleted everything that I did for the most part. There might be a couple of little relics left over, but if it looks a little different, that's why. So I apologize for that. I didn't even realize you could do multiple saves at this stage in the demo. You can. So mea culpa, my bad. Sorry about that. But I did find out some really cool things. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you the research tree. So this is things, these are all things we've been through. The half destroyer, the 90-degree clockwise rotator, second floor. These were all, first episode. And then this is around the second episode. We did the space platforms and demo challenges, and then it's the end of the demo, and they ask you to put it on the wish list, of course. But if you keep looking through, it gives you an idea of stuff that's coming up in the game, when it actually releases. Intermediary platforms. So, we have our basic space platforms, intermediary platforms. What's that going to be? Just building areas? Are they going to be larger? Are they going to, offer more bells and whistles? I don't know. Fluids and painting. This is, I've sort of hinted at this. Eventually you are going to mine colors and assign them to shapes. So in the same way that we have stackers or rotators, you're going to have painters. And so you'll have color coming in one way and shapes coming in another way, and then all of a sudden now you've got a blue circle or a blue circle piece, whatever. And that gets pretty cool. In the original one, there's single shape painters, and then there's quad painters as well. So, again, it gets tricky and fun. Building for floor 3, that's something that's going to come up too. I wonder if we're also going to have triple level stackers, so you can do a 3-level shape all at once, which would be kind of cool. For instance, this shape challenge here, that's 3 different layers. So, if you could build that all at once, that'd be pretty cool. Space, rail, and trains. Wow. I just can't wait for that. That is super cool. I assume that will allow us to farm, specific shapes way out in the cosmos and bring them into our main area for manipulation. Very cool. Platform blueprinting. Make a blueprint of an entire platform. Again, super cool. Color mixing. Again, I had mentioned that before. So, if you take red and blue, mix them together, now you've got purple. And then green acts as a bit of a yellow. So green and red become orange. Green and blue become, become yellow. It's weird. I know there's a lot of color theory in there. And then you could mix them all together and you get white. So super cool. Advanced platforms beyond the intermediary platforms. Again, no idea what that's going to be. Supermassive blueprinting. I just love all those words together. Fluid crystallizer. No idea. Vortex technology. Is that when we get to expand the vortex and have more inputs? I can't wait. Logic and wires. I've talked about that before. You can actually create what they are calling an MAM, a make anything machine. And then you just feed in one of these shape codes like this, and it goes to town and creates that shape, and you've built a huge infrastructure before then. It's pretty crazy, pretty cool. Dimensional generator, no idea. Love it. Mind control machine that makes curious people wish list the game. Wow. I can't wait to get to. Oh, see, we're already at that level. Go ahead and put it on the wish list. Again, it really helps the developer. It just shows interest, it shows intent, it shows excitement about the game, and it helps spur them on. So we are team wish list all the way. All right. One of the things that I messed around with but didn't go deep on was these space platforms and the tubes. And let's do this. That's not what we want. We want an extraction platform. So we're going to get an asteroid miner here. Drop that down. So now we've got access to these shapes. But then what the cool thing, wait, we've got to get back out here. And space belts. So we're going to turn this around, and you can see when you start dragging it out straight, you get that little tube appearing. And I'd commented that I didn't think it was working. Well, it's because I was a goof. I did not actually hook it up. Hello. So let's do this. You can get 6 of those or 4 of those in there, and boom, toss that in. So pulling this shape out and fling it in to here, and look at this. You can see in the tube, they're just rocketing along. And now they're just in here. And they're, jettisoning off into space. So anyway, it completely, totally, 100% works, which is super cool. So I thought we would go and, again, even though the demo's over, there are some other things we can do. We can increase the belt speed. We can increase the stacking speed by creating these shapes and feeding them in. So let's do that. I also, really quickly, I did look, and the estimated launch date is listed as 2024. So this year, but no actual date yet. That said, I mean, man, looking close to me, but I'm not gonna even hold my breath about it. It will arrive when it arrives, and when it does, I'm gonna buy it for sure, and I'm gonna play the heck out of it. So looking forward to that. Let's do this. Since we have pulled this guy up here, I see this little belt speed 3 shape. So we've got a square, a gray square, basically, just half on the base, and then that red square half stacked on top of it, and then another one stacked on top of it. So these 2 gray sections we can get from one block, one square block. And then this, we've already just extracted that. So I look over here, and I see we've got some squares. Now we have our squares back at our main base, but what I want to do is pull this out, and let's mess around with it. Also, we've got the larger platform too, which is kind of cool. So we can put that down, and then that allows us to do maybe a little manipulation before we ship it off. So I think that's a good idea. And what I want to do is exactly that. So I'm going to pull out some pieces, and let's bring them into a cutter. And we're just going to cut. The cutter, of course, slows things down, but that's okay. Cutter speed is 30 per minute right now. That will, we don't have anything to increase the cutter speed. That's all right. So we want to just bring these all in here And like so, I think we're gonna feed all these. These belts seem to carry about 4 extractors with what's our actual extractor? So, I mean, you can get into the math of it, right? Yeah, so the extractor is 30 per minute. The belt carries 120 per minute. So 4 of these is 120 per minute. So that's perfect. That's what we want. 120 per minute, and then these are doing 30 per minute. So again, we should be going into 4 of these. Another thing in the future is that we're going to have storage. So we can toss a bunch of these shapes into storage, and that's good. Okay. These guys are going to come in, and this one, I want everything on the right side, because those other shapes that we did off in the red area, those are on the right side too. And everything here is showing on the right side. So let's just put everything on the same side. Okay. So once these come out, they're all together. Now these are going to be kicking out. This is going to be double amount, so we're going to pull it out there. Oops. Okay, so that should be good numbers-wise. Another thing I mentioned is that there's only ever one belt speed. So unlike Factorio, in Factorio you'll have yellow belts, red belts, blue belts, whatever. And you can, even when you're building blue belts, you can still build yellow or red belts. You can, slower, different speed belts. The belts are all the same speed here. So this is looking fine to me. Now we want to get those together with these. So I'm going to actually kibosh that. And I'm realizing now these are on the wrong side than what we want. So I'm going to give them a little 180. Badoom. There you go. Now, these being half the speed of the other is actually fine because of we only use half as many of them as we use the others. That said, let's just double it up. Why not? So I'm going to extract, boom, 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 those, and then add it right in there. So that should give us a full belt. Just double check. Yeah, look at that, full belt. Okay. I do love that they just fling off into the great beyond. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so we're going to come up over here. We could do. Let's do that. We're going to come around and I'm going to just take all this and kill it, actually. Can I do that? Yes, okay. Okay, so I'm doing that just because I want to have it all coming in at the bottom. That'll be just easier. And maybe prettier. I don't know. We'll see. So super easy to rebuild this. Okay. And again, if we need to double it up, then we can tap this guy as well. All right, I'm going to do that. Let's bring them to here. Okay, so they're all coming in on this line. And that's where they will be. Now I can put a platform here. And then I can come in here and just get rid of all those belts in the middle and actually get rid of those too. So I think optimally we'll come in, we'll do our stacking maybe here and then maybe here as well, and be all set to go. So just have to kind of remember where we're at. Okay, so we're one below this guy. And let's get this going. Yeah, see if we pull it out this way first. That's good. Oops. Yep, I'm going to zoom out. Oh, there we are. Okay. We do not have a connection there, which is fine. And then we have too much connection there. And does that connect? Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's get these guys going. We're going to have two batches or two lines of these. Okay, that should do it. Let's just stick around here to make sure. Flinging in. That's pretty cool when they're zipping through space. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Okay, so now when we come down to the very end, we should see that shape right there. We should see it right here. Yeah, there we are. Excellent. Okay, good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one up here. Oops. And I'm going to route him here. Okay, to there. And let's zoom out a bit, make another dealy bob there. Just going to delete all those belts. We don't need any of them. Okay. So in the meantime, I'm just going to delete these two. So what we want to do is have a, we want to start stacking. So we're going to have these guys that are over here coming in on the bottom and these guys going on the top. So the blueprint library, super cool. If you hit B, so I've already created this blueprint now. So this is a blueprint and you can rotate it with R. This is a blueprint for a stacker, which is exactly what we want. And this is a 4x stacker. And I think that's looking good. So, except we're going to make one little change to it, is that we're not going to have the bottom row go like this. We're going to have the bottom row come in this way. Okay, and then top row, like so. Okay, so that should give us our first little bit right there, which it does. Now, I think, though, that's going to be putting them out kind of slowly. So I'm going to copy all of this and paste it right here. Feed these in, and actually, coming back, going to delete these. And bring it up. So that doubles our production right there. And again, if we need to, we can even get another 2 of those, right? Or are they taking up 3? No, they're taking 3. So we can get another one of those in here. But that said, that will be good enough. You know, we only need 400. No, wait, we need 800 of these. I mean, it's not gonna break the bank. I'm gonna put them in there. This I'm gonna put in there. And feed those over here. So I'm going to want this on the bottom and this on the top. And that should get us to our final shape. Okay, so and maybe those other, oh, I did not mean to do that. Here's another thing that's kind of cool too. You can see when I placed this, it used up some of the blueprint points. So watch this. We're at 13.1, 13K. So it used up those points. It's just under the 13K. So if I hit Control Z, it gives us those points back, which is excellent. All right, that one on bottom and the other one on top. Okay, this time we're gonna, I'm gonna put this over here because we're gonna get rid of the top row. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. And this guy is gonna come up and go out here. Boo, boo, boo. This should do it. Yes, see, look at that. That gives us our shape. That's what we want. Excellent. Okay, so let's do this in the meantime. Zoom out, get a little space platform going. And those are just going to hop, skip, and jump on over. We don't have them feeding out yet. That's okay. So they're coming in over here. And then I'm just going to, whoops, I'm just going to run them straight in. Why not? Oh, that's a full belt. So we're looking good on that. Oh, that's a full belt probably because it's probably backed up. I don't think it's going to be a full belt. So we can, like I said, we'll just duplicate that and have it feed onto the same belt here. But let's see where we're at. 0 out of 800 right here. And there we go. So, you know, the key to making these shapes is just sort of take your time, look at it logically. It really helps if you look at the shape. And this new sort of visualizer is much nicer than we had in Shapes original. And because you can really see the layers, which is great. So that's what we want. I'm gonna do another copy of this. Boom. And a paste. Or actually a paste. So feed those in, and then up here, we'll feed those in. Then we will merge them together. So that should double things up. Okay, so that's good. It's beautiful. You can, and again, you can take more time on this, and you can make some really gorgeous looking builds. That's not what I've done, as you can see. But we've got some good stuff. All right, so that is chugging along. And I thought we'd take a look at another one here. Let's take a look at, do we want this guy? See, this is a big one, but it's not super complex compared to this one. This is a little trickier, although not horrible. But I like that. I like that little shape there. Or we could do this one too. Let's look at this guy. Well, this is a little easier in that it's only 2 levels. Still not easy, but you know what? Let's do this. So we've got that. I think we already have that shape, don't we? Somewhere? No, not there. Right here. So we have that we're farming. Now, are we using this for anything? It's coming in and going into here, which ends up making this, which we're not actually using that anymore. So I'm just gonna put a stop to that and put a stop to that. And we'll let that clear itself out. Okay, so this is all a, this is turning it into that, which would be helpful for this shape. So I don't necessarily want to completely kill that. So I won't. Because this is just this shape. Okay. All right, we don't need this. All right, so I know what we're going to do. Up here, we've got this shape. So this is our base. Yeah, this is our base. So again, we could make that, but it's right there. Let's just grab it. This is kind of a nice one too, just a single little corner piece. You know, if we had to build it, we could farm this, and for each one, just double it and give it a 180 turn. You know, like I said, the different ways you can approach things it's endless. There's no one right answer. Okay, so then we've got this shape here. So we can farm those two together, combine it with all this, and I think we'll be golden. Yeah, so combining the circle shape with this shape here is going to give us what we want. So I think we're just going to need to turn that right. Where's our circle? Nope. So that will work perfectly with that. And then we need the squares to be this way, which is just a rotation. All right, and that's going to do it. So we're going to do that. And I think in a normal game, I'd maybe avoid going right over these color things because I'd want to farm them. Although, you know, in this starting area, it's not as important. So let's go back here. Get a space belt going. Yeah, we'll do a turn here. Oh, there's our belt speed. So now we have faster belts. So there were 120 items per minute. Now it's 150 items per minute. And then you'll see too, I think I mentioned this before, is that the other things have now will have geared up or gone up in speed too. So the rotators that were at 60 per minute are now at 75 per minute. So those match each other. The rotator's always going to be 50% of the speed. Okay. So we'll do this. All right. I'm going to first... Oh, all right. I'm just going to blast all these. And put them together. Okay. Okay, so those parts are starting their journey. This one is going to get nuked. So let's do that. Then this guy over here. All right. That's probably far enough. Okay, up to this up to this line here. Okay, I'm going to put that there. But I'm going to destroy those. Okay. So I'm going to combine these guys first. And of course, it's just one too short. That's all right. So 1 and tab, tab. Where are we coming out here? I don't think we've assigned that yet. We have not. Where do we want it to come out? Let's get proactive here. I think on the this inside track here. So that's going to be over here. Okay. Extract. Boom. And up here. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to want our stacker. Is this making it up all the way here? Let's see. I feel like we should see the shape. Yep. All right. There it is. Just took a while. Okay, this would probably be better if it came in on this track, so we'll do that too. Ooh. Okay. So wait, what are we? Oh, this one, I think stacking doesn't matter because we're just merging these together, right? Yes, we are. So we're just blending these guys. Blueprint area. All right. So it doesn't like me reusing that blueprint without, or that I didn't pick up for a while, I guess. So that's another cool thing. So, you know, placing the blueprint here, but of course I kind of want the stacker input lanes on the other side, so F will flip it. That is nice. And I want it, though, I'm going to output it the other way. Okay, that actually works out really well. And that's our shape. Perfect. Copy this and paste it, and then we'll have it double up. Oh, interesting. All right, so it's going to feed some into there too, which we don't care about. We're not going to use. Okay, those are flinging off the side of the universe. Now we're going to come over here and get some more mining going. And just drag it down. How far is that? Oh, hello. Oh, that's interesting. So you can have platforms cross the tubes. Good to know. But we're going to stop it up here. And we're going to do our big stacking here. Perfect. Oh, we don't want that though. I know we do. We get rid of those. Okay. Cool. Is that going to be a full belt? I think it's going to be pretty packed. Looks like it. Good. Okay. And then these guys, most of those are going to get kiboshed. We do want to turn these. So maybe, in fact, here I'm going to remove that, and instead I'm going to put a big platform here. Because we need to give these guys a quarter turn. And it doesn't matter which way. So 2 of these should feed 1 of those, right? And then 4 of those is what we want. Okay. Then bringing it all here, where all the magic is going to happen. I think it's there, right? And then this one. Is like so. Okay, what have we done or not done? Ah, man, sometimes it's just, one square. Perfect. Okay, now we want the squares on the bottom and weird shape on the top. So that. Again, for planning, I could have had that come in at a lower space. And I believe that's our shape, right? Just turned a little bit, but that is acceptable. Okay, now we just need to get it back to home base. We've shut this off, so I'm just gonna kill all that. Bring it in here on the far right. From here. Can you see out here? Oh, look at that. You can use the C button out there. That does it. Excellent. Okay, that was cool. I did not know you could do that. And we're just gonna leap those over, get them going. Excellent. So that is done. As long as this shape is correct. So pretty cool stuff. I think we're good. Let's see here. I like to, watch one of them go in. So we're at 0, 450, and 1. There we go. Boom. Nice, quick and easy. I love it. And that shape too, I think that gets reused. Look, like that same shape is here, and that same shape is here. So pretty cool. Again, another lesson is that you write a little bit of code, you write a little combination of things, and you can reuse it. And that's what we're going to do. And that's why, like I said over here, I didn't want to tear down all of this, because this makes that, which is an ingredient in here. So we'll take that and combine it with, the same thing, spiky boys, blue spiky boys, and then stack that on top of just a gray circle, and then on top of a blue square. And I don't think we have any blue squares in our little world, but we've got the elements. It's weird too, because like when you start going out into the world here, into the universe, you see there's not any colored shapes. There's colors and there's shapes, but there's no actual colored shapes. I think that's something they're doing just up there in the tutorial area. It looks like this is the only space that has colored shapes. So normally you'd come out here and you'd get your little blue, and then you just spray that color onto a square piece, and you'd be good to go. So H brings us home, and we are stacking speed going. I wonder if there's another shape after that. We'll see. But I think let's call it for this one. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do some of these other shape challenges. I think the shape challenges too are different per seed, possibly, or maybe just even randomly generated. So if you're watching other videos, there's other challenges and other shapes to build, which is fun. That's what is a cool thing about this game, is it's pretty endless. There's just the complexity can be overwhelming, but if you just break it down, slow it down, you can get it figured out. So that's what I'm digging about this. Let me know too in the comments below if you're enjoying this, and if you want me to keep going, please subscribe, please leave comments and likes, and let me know in the comments if you want me to go back and make some videos showing Shapes 1, the original. I mean, maybe you've already seen all those. Yeah. You get the monsters like Nilaus doing those sorts of things, and I can't compete with him. I mean, that dude's brilliant. I'm brilliant in other ways. And I just like doing these and having fun and having a good time. But let me know what you want to see. I've also been doing a Dave the Diver playthrough. That's kind of how I started my channel. So that's going over there. If you're interested in that game, please watch those. Check out those videos. Some cool stuff there. And I'm planning on doing other games as they come out too. So having some fun. Keep digging around and go put it on the wish list and download the demo. The demo, it's fun. It's a good solid 2 hours of playtime, and it costs $0. So there's that. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Gramps signing off.